Working with animals is great, but let's be honest, it could also be chaotic. That's why I love Cuddles app. It's designed specifically for pet professionals, and it seriously makes life easier. With Cuddles, you can handle all your booking in one place, send automatic text messages to clients, and even accept payments right through the app. No more chasing down invoices or worrying about no-shows. And here's the best part. There's a free version to get started, so you can try it out with zero risk. If you want less stress and more time to focus on the dog in front of you, check out Cuddles app. Find it at cuddlesapp.com today.
Hello, and welcome back to your favorite podcast, Another Grooming Podcast. I'm Juan Rivera.
I'm Kat Greeny.
I'm Nathan Austin.
And I'm Katie Austin.
And I'm Katie Austin.
I know it.
Now that we've pointed it out, I like wait for the and every time.
I know, and then last time I failed at that.
Well, because it like closes it out. It's a proper sentence, right?
Mm-hmm. Period.
And that's on period. Anyway, welcome everybody to this episode. Today we are going to be doing a few Would You Rather questions. I'm going to be presenting a breed for today. There's been a lot of videos online about people being a little too aggressive with the doggies that come into the salon. So we are going to talk about that because it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Not kind of. It is very scary.
Yes.
And then we'll close out the episode with a Reddit that I found that kind of ties it all in. Yeah. So let's get started with Kat.
So our Would You Rathers are brought to you by you.
Woo.
So on our group, if you don't know about it, we have a group on Facebook, Another Grooming Group. So you can go and put your own Would You Rathers on there, and maybe we'll read them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and topics.
And topics, like if there's something you want to go over or something you're looking forward to.
Yeah, please do that.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be, let us know.
Yeah, we're like BBS. Brought to viewers like you. Okay, this comes from Riley Veron, Standard Poodles. Would you rather? They said they have a would you rather that may be gross for most, but we like gross. Would you rather? Would you rather have to sit there and hand pop and remove blackheads from a naked dog's doodle, or hands?
So I'm thinking they mean the penis, right?
Maybe. I mean, there is a picture of a penis in the video. So
Okay.
I mean, in the picture.
In the post, yeah.
Or hand scissor a poodle/oodle in season who keeps sitting on the table and making you hold them up and getting blood all over your hands.
Oh, that's not that.
That doesn't bother me.
So number one, grooming dogs in heat does not bother me at all. But I just find popping blackheads satisfying. So I would probably just do that because I enjoy popping blackheads.
Yeah. I don't necessarily enjoy having bitch in season on my hand, especially since I am an owner of an intact male who he gets like, when they're like sniffing you so hard, their noses are like pressed so hard against your hands. And I feel like regardless if I take a shower, wash my hands, I feel like he can still smell it.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the only annoying part. But I don't mind bitches in season. I know there's some salons who won't even groom them or charge extra. I'm like, why? It's not. People say, oh, they distract the other dogs. I have an intact male who's normally in the shop. He just like sits at whoever has an intact bitch on their table who's in season at their feet. He doesn't like whine or bark at them. He just looks at him with his crazy eyes.
I personally.
Yeah, but he also sometimes pees on you though.
Yeah.
But that's number one.
I feel
that's
like
one dog that's free ranging. But I never feel like client dogs are like, oh my God, there's a girl in heat in here. I'm gonna be weird.
Yeah.
Like I've never had that experience. And my personal intact males don't care really.
When I first opened my shop and we had like staff and everything, that was one of my rules actually. If a dog was in heat, it can't come in. But because I just always believed what everyone said about it distracting the other dogs, about the dog being more irritable, about, all this stuff. And then one time it was like really slow.
Yeah.
And then they were like, it's in heat. Is that okay? And I was like, sure. No, not a problem.
You're like, I need
and then
the
I was
monies.
like, yeah, sure. It's gross. You get it on your hand, but it's like,
no more
not
gross
a big
than
deal.
when a dog shits on you or pisses on you or drools on you.
Well, that was another one. There was another one talking about if the dog's in season, would you rather have dog in season or puke on you? I'd rather have dog in season.
Puke on you.
I'll take dog in season.
dog in season for
over
sure.
puke for sure.
But according to this one, with the blackheads or the dog in season, I would rather have the blackheads because I find them entertaining.
Yeah.
I like them. But Nathan doesn't like that. But I'm a pimple popper, and I like to watch pimple popping videos.
Yeah.
And blackheads, and I want a Sphinx cat just so I can pick out the toe.
The toe jam.
Yuck.
I like it.
I'm with Kat. I'm a pimple popper, so I would pick that just because I enjoy doing it. But heats don't bother me. Juan?
As much as I would enjoy popping all the blackheads, I think I would rather have the pigeon heat.
The only thing I see with the blackheads is me spending way too much time doing it and delaying my day.
Because what if you're like popping it and then like it gets like infected or something? Then it's your fault. I mean, it's not really your fault, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it
because of you did, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if it was my own dog, I would sit there popping it all the time.
Nathan, what about you?
I'd rather have dog and heat. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, dogs in heat don't bother me.
Don't bother me at all.
Yeah, I just have never had like a dog in heat that was like being extra weird. I
don't feel like they're grumpier.
And
they
half
only
the
get grumpy
time-
with the other dogs.
Half the time only if they're like in their crotch.
No,
yeah.
no. I'm saying but
I just keep them in their kennel, table, you know, like I don't. But I feel like
Between the
most of the
table
time
in
they barely even like get anything on you.
There's some that are more bleedy than others, but most of the time, no.
More bleedy.
More
Yeah.
bleedy.
Okay, so I'm not going to say the name, but a few years ago we went to a grooming competition and there was a dog in heat.
Oh yeah.
And there was like a makeshift little tampon,
I've
Right.
done
right,
that.
in the ring. And at first I was like, that's weird. And I was like, that's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
So then
Yeah.
when Francine would go into heat, I would do that. I would roll up a little piece of toilet paper or paper towel and use it like a little, just, insert like the tiniest
bit.
Or
Yeah.
just like put it in their lips because it gets all like swollen.
But would you guys ever do that with the client?
I might not, just because like you said, right? Like for popping blackheads, you wouldn't want to like cause an infection, or so I'd hate for them to be like
What? Yeah.
oh, my dog got
Or you forget it.
pyometra, or or you forget it, or I probably wouldn't. I mean, I've like just kept paper towels
Like
sometimes,
underneath.
just like right underneath. And then, because it's so simple, right? You could just wear a pair of gloves or just hold a paper towel up in that area. And clients can be weird sometimes. God forbid they like walk in and see it and are like, oh my God.
I had a client at PetSmart that the dog was like so matted everywhere that we had to shave, and then there was like it was like matted into the vagina,
Yeah.
so you had to like pull the mat a little bit to like
Yeah.
shave it, right?
Right, yeah.
And that lady came back and didn't want the same groomer to groom the dog because they did sexual things, and the dog's vagina was sore for days after. And
my
she
God.
like made it a huge thing. She told the manager at the front. And
It's sore because
They
you let
thought
it
they
get...
molested
they
the
thought
dog.
that the groomer molested the dog in the back. So she's like, I don't even want my dog to go to the back. And it's like, girl, we have to wash it. Like, what do you think we do?
Yeah.
Also, you don't think it's irritated because your dog had
And we told
like,
her it was
a giant
literally
mat on its
matted, and it was
coochie.
like it's like it was like all like dark because of all like the
The
it was just-
licking and...
I think people just don't always understand their own dog's anatomy. Because I had one person one time that contacted me and she's like, I think you cut my dog's vagina. And she like sends me a photo and she's like, she keeps licking it and it's got this split. And I'm like, girl, I looked at it and I was like, that is number one, just
vagina.
the normal shape of them. They have that there. And then I was like, based off of your description, it sounds like your dog has a UTI. And then she takes her to the vet and she apologized to me and said she did in fact have a UTI. And her vet complimented her groom and said it was like a beautiful groom and she should be very happy with her groomer.
Good.
And I was like, good. She was like, I'm
A
sorry.
vet on our side? Rare.
Yeah. So I was like, ha.
Pretty
I
nice.
just think a lot of people just don't understand. Because, I mean, so many owners don't even understand the heat.
Yeah.
They think that's a period like ours. And they'll come in and be like, oh, don't let my girl dog play with any boy dogs because they're intact. And I'm like, are they in heat? And they're like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay, they can't get pregnant right now. What do you mean?
So then that's probably why accidental litters happen a lot because they think, oh, they're safe right now.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, they're on their period right now. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not a period. It's actually not.
It's plasma. It's
So
not even blood.
it's just because it's swollen
Yeah.
and that's why it leaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay.
Anyway.
Another one. This is from Kira. I'm just gonna say why. Would you rather accidentally touch a dog's warm well, she says ass butthole when you're trying to turn it on a table and get a little poop or gland on your hand, or get licked in the face by a senior dog who has the worst dental health and is the most stankiest breath in the world?
I'd rather get a little dookie on my hand.
Yeah, it's easier to wash.
I do think, yeah. I mean, it sucks. I do hate when you get like gland on you. Sometimes it does linger a little bit. But man, some dogs have foul breath.
I know. I feel bad.
So it's
like they
bad
want to
breath
try
or
to
dookie?
lick you, and I'm like, no, baby.
But your
I'm
face,
sorry. Yeah.
licking your face, and then like you're
We'll
gonna
smell
smell
that
it
all
all
day.
day.
But even when they lick your hand, you could sometimes smell it on your hand. So it's like, yeah, I'd rather.
The poop is more, yeah. I'll just wash it off.
It's easier to wash your hands and your
Yeah.
face.
Yeah.
I agree. I'll go with the poop on the hand.
So is it poop on the hand or lick on the face?
Yeah.
So it says you
poop on the
touch
hand for
you
sure.
touch the butthole when you turn the dog.
You're turning
right?
the dog, and you get some gland or poop, like a streak on your hand.
I hate when that happens.
I know.
I mean, that sucks,
Sometimes
but-
my thumb has gone in there.
Yeah.
Like a little bit.
Well, because you're like
Just a
holding it,
little
and then
bit.
you like go to move it, and you're like, damn it.
We used to have this old bulldog who came in, and remember that dog? It had like the grossest underneath the tail, and the owner's like, "You got to get in there and get it," because
It basically the tail was growing into the asshole.
Oh.
Yeah, so you had to like, it could get like
Scoop it
all this
and like
crap.
it was
and
nasty.
It was so bad. Ugh.
I used to get
It was
the,
worse than going in an asshole. I feel like.
We-
Yeah.
the microfiber like towels. I would like fill it with soap and then like kind of like
Shimmy it under
shimmy
there.
underneath and just go back and forth.
Yeah,
Shimmy, shimmy, shimmy.
I do. I have done that with like the Arturo black towels. I will clean, like rinse it really good and like clean underneath, and then disinfect it with vinegar and stuff. But I'm like, yeah, it's gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor bulldog. Poor bulldogs.
Apparently, you can't talk
Yeah,
to them.
no.
It was
Well,
me last
sometimes-
episode.
Sometimes it's really like deep, it's like oh, or when they hate.
You do that with the Arturo black towels?
I've done it.
Oh my
I
god!
haven't washed a dog in a long time.
Cleaning out a dog's asshole.
Not his asshole, under his
Wow.
tail.
Same.
Before we went, oh my God, me too.
Brr.
Before
It's
we get to the
contagious.
dog breeds, do you want to do the dog noises that we didn't get
Oh,
to
yeah.
last time?
Oh my god! Is that a dog like throwing up?
No.
It sounds like I think it sounds like a beagle to me, like going like before it's like gonna do the big old like the no.
So it's not throwing up, but I do feel like this dog has a health condition, and I feel like it is similar to throwing up, but it's
Yeah.
not.
Okay.
But
So-
nothing is coming.
It's a soft-coated Wheaten Terrier, but she has mega esophagus.
What is mega esophagus?
You never heard of that? Have you ever seen the
No.
dogs that have to sit upright in a chair to eat?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
she has to sit upright.
It's because they have a mega esophagus. So basically,
The
their
valve.
esophagus is like widened, and the valve is too small at the top.
So it doesn't close properly to keep everything in their stomach.
Yeah.
Aw.
So they have to sit upright to eat because it doesn't. It has to. Gravity has to help it come down.
Yeah, otherwise they'll throw up.
Yeah.
So,
So we have to
So
take a
what's
lot
that
of care.
noise for?
So she does it like not crazy often. Like we only use the we don't use regular leads on her. We
trach
only
saver.
use the trach saver. And I think she probably has acid reflux. That's what I imagine it is acid reflux.
Poor baby.
She's so sweet, and she didn't always have it. It's new in
Yeah.
the last year because she's older. She's an older dog, and so we always just laugh because we say to ourselves, like, could you imagine it's like midnight and you're asleep and your dog does that, and you're just like, what was that? She's so sweet though.
Yeah.
Oh, poor baby. Imagine
Yeah.
hearing that when you're like asleep.
That sounds like a human.
Yeah.
It sounded like a human being.
Well, it was funny because
Human being.
one of our bathers was up front, like how she was like doing like a feather trim or something because she's learning, and the dog did it, and you should have seen her like jump out of her skin because she had never heard it before. It was so funny.
I know.
Okay, I have one more.
I think I know what that is.
I know what that one is. So are we supposed to guess what it is? No, I know
You
what it
guys
is.
will know. Juan, not so much.
It sounds like a Frenchie being
Close.
excited.
I do feel like most dogs of this breed have a very similar sound because
Yeah.
I've been at dog shows where I could hear them calling for like their owners or, if they're not close by, but not a Frenchie.
Not a Frenchie.
I feel like if you know, you know. And
I
if you
know.
don't,
Yeah, I
you
guess
don't.
you just
I
have
know.
to say.
It's
a wire fox.
yes, it's a wire fox
Really?
terrier.
It's our employees wire fox.
They have a weird noise.
She just makes like
She
when
makes
she's
all
excited.
sorts of,
And
like,
when you like
yodeling.
when you like itch like scratch her, she likes to have her like back scratched like
Yeah.
this, and she goes. "Arr." She makes that noise while she's playing, and yeah.
Yeah, she does it a lot.
I wouldn't expect that from a
Alright.
wire fox.
Yeah. She's
That's cute.
goofy. Every groomer knows the right equipment makes all the difference. That's why I trust Aeolus. From high-powered dryers to ergonomic tables and tubs, Aeolus designs tools that keep both pets and groomers comfortable. But it's not just grooming. Aeolus also makes incredible show equipment for handlers and breeders, and even veterinary gear trusted by professionals worldwide. Their products are built to last, easy to clean, and designed to make your workday smoother. Whether you're in the salon, at a dog show, or working in a vet clinic, Aeolus has equipment you can depend on. Visit aeoluspet.us because great tools means great results. All right.
All right. I am going to be talking about the long-haired Frenchie. I'm just kidding. It's a Brussels Griffon.
You almost got me, actually.
Well, he said when you weren't in the room, he said he was going to do the Australian Labradoodle.
I was going to do the Labradoodle.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I was like, no, let me not. So I'm going to be using this handy dandy AKC Meet the Breeds book, and I'm going to read the paragraph that kind of summarizes the dog. This is a compact toy-sized dog with square proportions and sturdy bone. The high tail set is docked short and carried high. The breed has a jaunty, self-important attitude and is especially renowned for its almost human expression. The head is large and round, the forehead is domed, and the prominent lower jaw has a distinctive upward sweep. The eyes are large, black, prominent, and set wide with long black eyelashes. The small, high-set ears can be cropped or natural. I don't think I've ever paid attention to their eyelashes. I'm always distracted by the brows.
You know, when you said that, I was like, I don't know if I've ever looked at them.
Yeah.
Now I got to look.
The Brussels, they come in wire and smooth, right?
Yeah. The
Yes.
wires are so cute, much cuter.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think so too. So they're in the toy group. They were they got recognized by the AKC in 1910.
Oh, wow.
They're about 7 to 10 inches and about 8 to 10 pounds. So they're little babies. They're
Little
tiny.
Cute.
Ronnie's been dying for a Brussels because he likes
I
I
anything.
like
like
one.
them.
Anything brachycephalic, he's like, I want short.
Yeah.
See, I don't like brachiocephalic breeds really because the snorting and the snorting.
The Brussels is one of the
but the
few
Brussels
that I
is
really,
one, the ones
I
like.
really like. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like the smooth coated ones just look like a off-brand pug.
They originated in guess where?
German.
Brussels.
In Brussels. In Brussels in the
Well, I always
early.
feel like everything came from Germany. That's why I said that.
Well, Brussels it's not far, right? Because that's
Yeah.
Belgium.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Belgium.
So it's not too far,
Okay.
but it is its own country.
They were developed by crossing small stable dogs with pugs and then later English toy spaniels,
Oh,
which I had no idea
interesting.
about.
It's interesting that the pug is like.
It's
That's what they
involved.
got.
The pug's involved in quite a few.
I did not know that. I thought the pug was somewhat newer for some reason.
They are loyal, curious, and very affectionate. I was reading before that you had mentioned this last episode, but they're also called like a magnet dog because they love
Like
their
Velcro,
families.
yeah.
Oh, Velcro. Yeah. What did I say?
Magnet.
Magnet.
It's a Velcro dog. They love their families
It depends
very
on
much.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like with anything that's like tiny, they're companions, right?
Yeah,
I feel
they
like
be a
now.
little held in
well,
your little
the
purse
toy
or
dogs
something.
are mostly bred to be companions.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the smooth dogs. I mean, the wire coats they're hand stripped, which I can't really speak much on, but they're
I feel like they're a relatively easy hand strip breed, like not overly
I don't
difficult.
think I wouldn't feel like they'd be competitive and like open and stuff.
That's what I was about to ask. Because I've seen them in the ring before. I know they're allowed. But I feel like when there's a lineup of these dogs, right, or just of wire coat dogs, I don't know if a Brussels would stand out.
like catch your eye.
Well, I think Brussels
you only get
is
an hour
less
45.
time. Yeah, I feel like they're less time. But I think it really depends. I think if you had a really proper Brussels and you knew like really how to do that dog breed, you could place an open. But it would also depend on like your judge and how much they understand that breed. So I think that's what makes it difficult when you use a breed that's not super common is how much is the judge going to know about that breed enough to be like, oh, wow, you really understand this. So kudos, right? Or not, you know, because like that's, I think, the hard part.
I would like to own a dog in like every hair coat type just so I can get familiar with the stuff, right? And the Brussels was like a big one. And I remember asking Anne, actually, I was like, hey, is this competitive? And then she's like, yeah. Yes and no. Yes, in the sense that if you don't fuck it up, it's impressive.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So it's competitive in a sense that if you do it well, it's like, wow, but it just can go very wrong very easily.
Yeah.
And then also,
Well, like are they jacketed or are they more like an Affin where they're fuller in the front?
They're
and
tighter.
tight in the back, or is it like a border where it's kind of smooth everywhere?
I mean, I would put them more like, personally, I would put them more as like a tiny Irish. So they do have furnishings, but it's not as full as like, you know, like a Westie or a Lakey but they do have tight cylinder legs. They do have a slight underline. They do have a little bit of fullness in their furnishings, just not, it's much tighter, but the jacket is tight.
Yeah. So I just remember, was it Stuart who was showing one?
Oh my God, that one
and
was
his
so
name
beautiful.
was Dumpling. I was like, oh my God, that's so cute. And I was like, I want Dumpling.
It was really beautiful too.
No,
Yeah, he's pretty.
I think that was Uno.
Oh, okay. Well, there was one of them that was showing around
But
the same time.
he shows a lot.
Yeah.
He shows several Brussels.
But I was like, the name Dumplings.
I think the really beautiful one, because I think we even talked about it, because you had told me Ronnie was interested, and I was like, I know a handler that's showing like the most beautiful Brussels, and I think that was Uno, and he was like the #1 Brussels for like a year or two.
I've heard that with Brussels, like it's hard to get like a beautiful one.
I feel like they're probably
And I feel
poorly
like
bred, but
if they are beautiful, wouldn't the breeder just keep it for themselves?
Yes.
So
It does make it hard unless you like really know somebody.
well, also they probably have tiny litters.
true.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things that I see a lot in the Brussels is like they'll be pretty, but they are just very like light and bone. But like the one that Stuart was showing that was really pretty had like really nice musculature and a little bit more substantial boning.
I do remember that Brussels.
And so I think that's what made that dog stand out. Like it fit the breed standard, but it didn't look like you're just going to like snap a leg on it or something.
Yeah. Well, that's my worry with any toy breed.
Yeah.
They're just going to break. You drop them or they jump off the couch wrong. And
yeah. So I think that was like one of the big, like it had a very proper like front and a really proper rear, and it like had more substance than a lot of the ones you see.
I think that looking back, I think the Brussels was probably the biggest shock to me in comparison from like what we would see in like PetSmart and like would come in on a regular basis versus like a well-bred Brussels at a show. I feel like the difference in those two was like the biggest for me. It was like, they're supposed to look like that.
Yeah.
Because they're small. I had no idea they were supposed to be small. Well, I saw mutant huge Brussels that would come in all the time. All the time.
here he is.
What was his name?
Nick.
Oh, okay. Maybe it's because it always said one.
Yeah.
Because he was the #1 for a long time. So maybe I
pretty.
just like,
Wowie, wowie. Oh.
yeah, he was
Wow,
beautiful.
zooming.
Anyway.
Anyway,
Well,
I love
thanks for
Brussels.
that information on the Brussels. I like them
They're
a
so
lot too.
cute.
My dad wanted a Brussels for a while. And so
Oh, I forgot about
'cause
that.
He likes the bearded dogs, you know.
Yeah.
Because he has a beard.
Yeah, because I was like, I want something that doesn't have a lot of furnishings. I want something,
Yeah.
and I feel like this is good.
And it's small.
But I feel like how much can you learn, right? Like, I mean, I guess the technique is still there, but like, I feel like I need more to work with to like get more techniques down. And I feel like to learn hand stripping and learn it well, I feel like I would probably choose something else. Or I would choose
But
something
I don't
else.
know because
Like
you
a
have
Scotty.
to you
Like a
have to
Scotty.
learn their cylinder legs. You know, that's all hand stripped. They
I
have
think-
flat work on their ears.
No, I think their ears get shaved.
Oh, do they?
If they're prick, I think they get shaved. I don't. If they're down, they might hand strip them. But
if they're prick.
What do you feel? You like them natural?
I mean cropped, not
you
pricked, but cropped.
Do you like them natural or cropped?
I like them both ways. I don't have a preference.
Yeah, there's some breeds where I'm like, nah, you gotta be cropped, but I feel like either way for them.
I do think in terms of what you're saying, all the Brussels that I've had experience hand stripping, their coat is much softer.
Yeah.
So like I do think because of the fact that their coat is softer, you're not learning as much as if you worked on a wire dog, even though they are getting hand stripped.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
They're kind of like strip light.
Yeah. But I feel like that might be good to start.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and it depends.
Well, I get
'cause
one, maybe not.
sometimes I see the legs, like that dog has beautiful cylinder legs and it has a more proper coat. But most of the ones that I have come in don't have a proper coat. So their cylinder legs aren't really cylinder.
Yeah.
Like even though I am pulling hair from them, it's more like it wraps around smooth and like the front and there's just like hair on the back. And
Well,
you're
I'm
just
sure
pulling the
there's a lot of
back and-
product in him too. He's probably chalked and
Yeah.
cholesterol and just like a wire fox.
Yeah.
I never realized how much goes into wire.
I didn't either.
Yes. Yeah. It's a lot.
I remember when I heard you guys talking about cholesterol for the first time, I was like, what the hell is happening?
You're like, I have plenty of cholesterol.
Yeah, I got that.
I got cholesterol on lock.
If you've been grooming for a while, you know not all shampoos are created equal. That's why I reach for Hydra. Their formulas are professional grade, made with high quality ingredients that leave coats shiny, soft, and smelling amazing. Hydra has a full line, everything from deep cleansers to coat-specific shampoos and conditioners, so you can tailor every bath to each dog's needs. Plus, they're super concentrated, which means little goes a long way and saves you money in the salon. Whether you're grooming pets at home or competing on the big stage, Hydra helps every dog look and feel their best. Find Hydra at your favorite distributor.
So you had a post, right?
Yes.
Oh, actually, okay. No, it was me. On the group, somebody had commented, Shannon Griggs. She said, there's a video from a salon in my state going viral of the groomer abusing the dogs in her care. I've seen many groomers share it, stating that this is one of the reasons why our industry needs to be regulated. I'm one of them. And a lot of hate comments are coming through on other posts, like blah, 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 right? So that one was more on regulation, which we've talked about regulation a lot. So we'll skip that for this episode. But then Sunshine Moon said, hey guys, I was wondering if any of you guys have experience dealing with an abusive grooming shop in your area and steps you took. She said she thought it was important episode content. So thank you. She said, with more shops getting caught, how do we deal with the growing mistrust that people have in groomers? The public has always had some level of mistrust in groomers, but even more so these days with so many videos. How do we deal with these salons in our area or even groomers in our own salon? And she said, my shop's great, but another local shop. And then she did say she has like a petition on her page. I'm not sure what the petition's for, but
A groomer actually a couple years ago that was, there was no video of them online or anything, but there was a post on Facebook that says that they were charged with animal cruelty because a dog had passed away at their salon. They left the dog unattended on the table, went to go eat their lunch, and then came back and the dog was passed away and that kind of thing. So when people would come and like, I don't want to say thankfully, but not thankfully, that it happened somewhere else kind of close by. So where like I was automatically the good guy.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately. Well, fortunately for me, but I feel like the conversation for me was kind of easy because I have the master certifications under my belt.
right.
Right. So it's like, the conversation for me goes like, unfortunately with social media, there's things that, come up online and it gets shared a lot, blah, 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 blah. We hear horror stories, from everywhere.
Yeah.
No matter where you look, you'll find them.
Yeah.
There's definitely groomers out there that should not be dog groomers.
Right.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, the industry is not regulated. So it's up to us as individuals to seek that information and educate ourselves and do the best that we can do. That is why I chose to become certified through this organization. Because, we vow to blah, 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 blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah,
code of
blah,
ethics
and do all this. And,
Right.
but the more knowledge you have, the more you know how to deal with certain situations or, deal with certain characteristics of dogs and behavior and that kind of thing. So like rest assured that when your dog is here with me, it's not something you have to deal with or worry about.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel like immediately, I think having you talked about licensing right now, but like having that certification is like a great conversation, not starter, but like it can lead the conversation
it gives you
into a
leg
way.
up. Yeah. I agree.
But we have like the AKC salon safety,
Yeah.
and so I feel like that
even if you're not a master groomer, that certification
you can do it as a salon, or you can purchase like a salon package, and that just like helps you. I feel like that's comforting to the owner that you took that step to
Right.
get safety, certified.
and that's an easier one. But I do think that's like one of the the least you could do is like have this certification.
It doesn't cost a lot. It's
No.
done online. You do have to submit like photos, like for the first time, right?
Right, yeah.
Like your barriers, and because we have several barriers, right? And every salon should have at least 2. That's
Right.
the requirement. I think we have. Was it 1, 2, 3, 4? We have at least 4
Right.
from each room. So
But I also think it sucks that these videos are coming out, but I think it's good that people are getting called out,
yeah,
Yeah.
recorded, and people are having the thought to like post it online because
I mean,
like I hate seeing it, but it needs to be called out, and people
need to be held accountable.
they need to be held accountable, and they need to be scared.
well, this
Yeah.
most recent one was, watching those videos was scary.
Yeah.
I mean, she's
A tiny
hitting the
dog.
dog. I mean, one of the videos, the dog is small. It's
It's the Yorkie one?
the little
yeah,
black
or the
dark,
whatever
it's like
black
a dark
thing.
black dog.
But like it's strung up from multiple places because
Yeah.
it's hooked up on the regular noose. It's hooked up to the groomer's helper. It's got a string under. It's not even a proper belly band. It's literally just like a string from one side to the other, and it's yanked up so high under this dog. And then she's got the arm pulled out at an awkward angle. It looks like practically ready like to pop out of its socket, and she's hitting it. And I'm like, dude,
And she's not
Yeah,
just
and, like-
she's not just like flicking it or like light wax.
does-
She's like bam, like full
And it
force,
like it
raising her
barks
hand.
every time, and it's like like
Yeah.
every time she hits it 3
it
times.
hurts to watch.
Where, if I,
And like the girl was the person, I think it's a woman that recorded it and posted it, and she was scared to do it, and there was some stuff about it, like because she was getting threatened. But you know what? Whoever that is, I forget her name, but thank you for putting that out there because
Well, I don't want to put any names of anything because it's all alleged, right?
yeah,
Like,
we can't say this or that, right? Because
the video,
until-
obviously, the video is
it's-
real, but the person that's being accused of it, it's all alleged, right? So I don't want to add any names.
They haven't been
yeah,
processed.
it's alleged, but it's a video of her doing it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
yeah.
I'm just saying we're just saying alleged to protect ourselves basically here, right? But the woman needs to get held accountable, and I applaud the girl, the new groomer that recorded it and had the sense to post it. So good job on you,
Because that is totally
because
inappropriate.
it's disgusting, and
because dogs don't have a voice.
it needs to be brought to the light. Well, it sucks as a groomer to be seeing this and to have like a bad light brought onto me. That shit's unacceptable and needs to be. She needs to
for
be held
sure.
accountable.
I will say too, your salon is different because it's a home salon, so you don't really have like a lobby or anything like that. But like our salon,
is open.
our groom room isn't necessarily like super viewable from our lobby, but we have an open door. It's open, I would say 99% of the time.
Yeah.
Like if we close it, it's generally because maybe an owner came early for pickup and we're not quite finished. And I don't want the dog to get too excited.
Or we're doing
So-
a nail trim, so
or
we
we're
just don't want
doing-
the dog to see its owner because
Right. Or maybe we're vacuuming and so we're shutting it because somebody's up there and it's loud, So usually though, I would say 99% of the time, the door to that room is open. And if somebody wants to look inside, they can. And like we have mirrors and, so people can see into our grooming area. They can't see into our bathing area. I do think it's nice to have a safe spot to go to if you do have a dog that is struggling a little bit more, just because it can be hard. Sometimes I will say if you're working on a dog that is struggling a little bit more,
So
it can look worse than it is.
It can, because when we were at PetSmart, I felt like we got a lot of that. I remember one of our employees was only holding a dog's chin, and the dog wasn't fighting that bad. But, we hold their chin, especially puppies. I feel like they look like we're torturing them, right?
You could literally, I would like put my elbow on the table and hold the chin and be like sweet talking the dog as it's like flailing its face. And I'm like, I'm not doing anything, I promise.
So like you get those dogs, right? And to the public, it looks like you're abusing the dog, right?
Yeah.
But in all honesty, you're just trying to work with the dog and work with its emotions. And like, I have this little tiny Yorkie, and she's come to me several times, and she goes to one of our friends in between too for baths, and she's just this little wild firecracker. She's a little Yorkie thing, and she acts like she's being murdered, but she's getting better every time we're having a good positive experience. But she's just very vocal, and she's very like all over the place, and so you just have to work with the dog, and sometimes you need to step back and maybe be out of sight. But I mean, for the most part,
some dogs are drama.
sometimes
more
they're
than
just drama.
others.
My dog's drama. He gets his nails done every week, and he still acts like I'm gonna chop off his feet. And I've never quicked him. Never I hold him in the proper. Yeah, he's just drama.
What do you guys think would be like the proper way to go about, like, if you see someone in your salon doing this? Like, do you think talking to the owner, or do you think recording it and posting it online? Do you think, because that gives it more?
I think it would depend for me on
urgency,
the
right?
severity, right?
Yeah.
Like well, number one, the person that's being accused is the owner of that salon, right? So like the only option was to record it and post it. And I mean, as somebody who, like, if you're working for them, you might not feel comfortable confronting them.
Yeah.
Or, or if they're, teaching you, you might not feel comfortable being like, hey, that don't seem right, because I'm new, so I guess I wouldn't know, so that's tough. But I feel like if I was working somewhere and I saw somebody, I might record it so I could show the owner first. And then because I've heard that too, where somebody says like, I talked to the owner about it and it was never addressed, or they just blew me off, or, then you have the evidence still. And if they don't take it seriously and confront that person and write them up or whatever the case is, and it doesn't fix, then you have that already to be like, all right, nope. Here you go.
I think it counts on the level too, though,
level,
because if I seen a groomer hit a dog in the face
the
like
same
that
way
one
that person did,
they'd be gone right then and there.
Yes, yeah, but that's what I mean. So then,
I mean, honestly, they'd be lucky if it didn't come to fucking blows, because like it's was like way out of pocket.
I was gonna say, because we're human, right? We lose our temper sometimes, but like whacking the dog like that is nothing. Like I've seen
no excuse. Yeah,
there's no excuses for that, right? I've worked with groomers. Like at PetSmart, we had this groomer who lost her temper a little bit. She was never whacking the dogs, but she would get rough with them. And then so me as another groomer, I would be like, "Oh, do you need help? Do you want to step away for a minute? Do you need a break? Is there something I can do? Can I hold the dog?
Right.
Can I help comfort it? What can I do to help you?" kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you call someone out like that, you're telling them without not telling. You're not being like, "Hey, calm the fuck down," right?
Because that doesn't help.
That doesn't help. That just makes them more angry. So if you're like, "Hey, can I help you?" I feel like that's like, I'm calling you out, but I'm here. I'm not calling you out to be like a total bitch.
Mean.
I'm just trying to lend you a helping hand because maybe you're having a bad day or a bad moment, or this dog has just pushed all the wrong buttons, and it's just
Well, I think our salon's really good about that. Like either asking for help or stepping in to help if we can tell a dog is having a hard time, or the person grooming them might be starting to get frustrated, because it can be hard. It's a stressful job. It's sometimes you're working with dogs that make it, you a little frustrated, or can make it stressful. And we need to know our limits though, right? Like, okay, I'm starting to get upset. I need to step away, or I need help. And that's important because we are human, like you said, right? Like, we're just people trying to do our best. But I don't feel that in some situations it would be appropriate to just immediately go out and post a video. That video that most recently surfaced, I think, was a time and a place where it just needed to be immediately posted out to the public. But I think sometimes, like, if somebody was just a little bit frustrated or having an off day, then it's worth talking to like the owner first and seeing how the situation could be handled. I don't necessarily think it's always appropriate to just ruin somebody's like life.
Yeah.
Because I mean, some of the comments on there, while I do think obviously she was totally in the wrong and she needs to be punished, some of the comments be getting scary.
Yeah, like someone's gonna take her out back and beat her head in and stuff. Like, whoa, it's like you don't violence and violence don't.
So
That's the way you fix things.
that's the video, but there was also several pictures
There was a lot
that
of
I
pictures.
have an issue with too.
Of the same person.
Yeah.
The person isn't in it, but it's said that this is their facility, and it looks the same. But
it looks
I mean,
the same. The dogs
I
are
can't
strung.
know
The
for
dogs are
sure.
strung up exactly.
But this
the
is
same.
there's this one especially that's a poodle, and it has a lead around its neck going up, like it's really tight,
taut.
and then
yeah.
it has one on each side of its neck on the outside, so it
Like
can't move
Groomers
its
helper.
it can't move its head forward or back, and then it has a belly band, but that's put up so high, and the dog, you know how when you lift
like
up a
barely
dog
touching.
off the ground and you put them, and sometimes they'll swim or they'll stretch.
Oh, mm-hmm.
So the dog is like stretching itself, and it's completely just hanging, but like frozen in this position.
Yeah, like the
And-
back feet are slipped off the back of the
But
table.
like it fully extended, and its front arms are fully extended.
and you can't see
And
anybody
you could see
around
the muscle.
them.
You could tell that the dog is tense because the way its muscles are, and it just makes me sad and frustrated
Yeah.
because like
and angry. Yeah.
if you're supposedly the person, it teaches people, right? And like, isn't it pretty basic information that the more you try to get a
Train.
dog to do something, it resists against it?
Yeah.
You know, like that's basic, like leash training from the beginning, right? They naturally want to pull against the force. So like they're just putting more and more things
more and more
on these
restraints.
dogs, and it makes me really sad,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with putting the dog away,
No, for sure.
calling the owner and saying, hey, Fluffy's having a really hard time right now. He's a little
Yeah.
overstimulated. I'm going to put him in a kennel, let him chill for about 15, 20 minutes
Yeah.
just so he can,
He
regulate.
can rest. I can rest.
And then I'll pull him out again and I'll keep you posted. But then that way you avoid the client being like, it's been this long. Because then they'll be like, oh, they're taking they
I
are
have
giving
done
my
that,
dog
yeah.
a break. And I really appreciate that. Like people should do that more.
Yeah.
yeah, I have done that.
Especially with like hand strips. I feel like they need more breaks sometimes, more often than others.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like they're on the table like longer, especially a big dog.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, sometimes I just need a minute too. Like the other day,
Yeah.
this dog whipped and bit me out of nowhere, and I was just like upset with him. I didn't do
Yeah.
anything to.
Well, your feelings are hurt.
I kind of like I grabbed him just because he was on my finger, and I grabbed him and I just kind of held his head there, and then you could see his eyes. He's like, "Fuck." Like, I'm sorry, basically. And this is a dog I groom all the time. I just wasn't expecting it. I knew
Yeah.
he had like issues and stuff, and he
caught you by
he
surprise.
just caught me by surprise. I wasn't doing anything that he had a problem with in the future, but I was just like, he got me, and I was like bleeding, and I was like, ah! And I was like,
And you need a moment to collect
so
yourself.
I was just like, I was like, I told my coworker, just watch him. I'll be
What-
right back.
What did I say a couple episodes ago? Or not? It's been a while. Oh, they're not giving me a hard time. They're
Yeah.
having a hard time.
Yeah.
So if they're
Right.
acting out, that means they're uncomfortable or nervous or overstimulated.
there
Yeah.
can be so many things, right? Like
Yeah.
they could have arthritis we don't know about. They could
There could be a
be-
tiny tangle I hit.
Yeah,
Because
they-
I know this dog doesn't like to be like brushed out.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I hit a tiny tangle and I just didn't notice, I didn't feel the resistance, and
Yeah.
he did and I didn't. And
They could be overstimulated. They could be,
Yeah.
not used to the experience. There's so many things. Yeah. And they feed off our energy. So, I mean, if you're having a bad day, they can tell.
I also don't think the answer when a dog is being difficult is more restraining.
Right.
yeah.
Because and I know
do
there's
think there's a
I
time
know
and
there's
place.
products
There's-
out there, and there's a time and place, and we've
For
said
like
this
belly
before.
bands and muzzles and different things. But
But like 99% of the dogs I do, I don't. I just use a properly fitting lead at a proper height.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They're not tipping the toes, but
Yeah.
they're able to stand comfortably and not
But they
have
can't
resistance
get
again.
all
They're
the,
but
but they can't wander around the whole table. And they and we work on training, and we're just super upbeat. And if I want them to stand in a certain position and they sit, I pick them back up again, and I just don't get frustrated, even if I have to do it 100 times, because next time they're probably going to be a little bit better because they start to understand what you're looking for.
When in the question, the person asked, how do I get people to trust us? In our salon, all the groomers talk directly to the pet parents that they're working on their dogs.
Right.
And I
do
know
think that
different salons
helps.
don't work like that, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, but that's the way we do it, and it works because the client builds a relationship with the groomer, and there's that level of trust right there.
I also think
So that's how we mainly solve that issue.
I also think the amount of like education we do with the clients too, right? Because we take the time with our clients to like talk to them. If they have any questions and concerns, everybody in our salon is so educated that we have good answers for everything, right? And like we're, if they need help figuring out what kind of brush to use on their dog, we're spending 5-10 minutes showing them the brushes, showing them how to properly brush their dog. Or if their dog is a puppy and it's nervous, and we're taking that 5-10 minutes after the service to go over what they could do at home to make their dog feel more comfortable, or you know what I mean? Like, so we're taking that time. Or if we have a senior dog that really struggled, we're taking that time to talk to the owner about what they can do to help their senior dog feel more comfortable.
or helping them understand why the haircut's
service
not the
wasn't-
way they would expect, or it's getting a little more difficult for him. So I do this one standard poodle. She's 13 now, and she just can't stand. So I'm like, I let her lay down the whole time. I do her feet lying down and all this stuff. And her mom, that's why she keeps coming back to me, because I'm explaining why I'm doing this and why it might not be the same and all this stuff. And I had a Yorkie puppy the other day, and the parents are like, yeah, I was like, he's a little weird with the scissors. So take a spoon and rub it against his face, and they're like, yeah, because it's shiny like the scissors, and just taking that time and explaining it to them, it makes them feel like they're being understood and you're listening, and we'll listen together and work together and be a team.
Yeah. So I think that is the biggest thing, is like, because people, they hear us talk about things, and we have, all these go-tos. And so they're like, oh, these people know what they're talking about. They're educated. They work with dogs. They, and we often have our dogs there too. And I feel like they're always so well groomed and so happy-go-lucky that people are like, they can't be bad.
Yeah.
Because they're well groomed and just like good dogs.
Well, we have dogs that come into the salon and they're shaking and trembling and stuff. And, most of the time their parents leave, they're totally fine, right?
Yeah.
And then I was like, they want to be at home with you on the couch. They don't want to be here getting a bath. I mean,
even if dogs like me, they're like, oh, I'm so excited to see you. And then I'm like, let's go to the back. And they're like,
nah.
nah.
Oh, they want to go to the grooming room.
Yeah.
They don't want the bath part.
So
Well,
they
luckily
still
it's,
like me, but they just don't like the service. So it's okay.
Luckily, it's mostly groomers that listen to us and not pet parents, right? So
Yeah.
we don't have to explain that stuff because they get it, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
guys get it.
Yeah. I mean, but that just shows the importance of education. It sounds like
And talking to
the more
people.
educated you are, the
Yeah.
less and less things are going to arise like that.
And good communication.
And it makes you sound smarter to the pet parent.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we get that comment a lot. Oh, nobody ever explained that to me before. Thanks. And I'm like, oh, okay.
When I bring up like ear hair and talking about the flora and the fauna and all this stuff, and they look at me like, wow.
Yeah. I feel like I'm blowing clients' minds all the time.
Yeah.
Okay. I found this Reddit post that kind of ties in. I'm going to have you read it
Okay.
just because I don't want to read it anymore.
How far are you willing to push an incredibly nervous dog? At my job, I run into more deathly anxious dogs than not. The majority of my clientele are dogs that don't normally or have never been in a salon before. Sometimes I have a nervous dog, occasionally with a bite history, that refuses to leave their kennel, growls at me, and postures really defensively. My supervisor, not a groomer, is usually pretty understanding when I tell him I'm not comfortable with the dog. But sometimes I'm asked, well, can you try to get them in the bath? I struggle to hold firm that I am uncomfortable working on certain dogs unless it's a large and plainly dangerous, anxious dog.
most of the time when you see like these videos, right, it's because the dog was nervous or the dog was acting up or
It was
whatever.
lashing out.
Yeah, lashing out. So it's like, at what point is like, how far, like, when do you decide it's like, when do you stop?
I think it varies per groomer, right?
per
I think
dog.
if you are personally uncomfortable working on a dog, don't do it.
Yeah.
Because like the dog knows you're uncomfortable. And once the dog knows you're uncomfortable, you're fucked. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
I agree with that.
We just were laughing about a Scotty video the other day. Somebody sent me a funny video. It's not really funny, but kind of. But it's a Scotty that's in a grooming salon and they're trying to put the muzzle on it and they're trying to put it on like from the front, like in a way that I wouldn't necessarily recommend to put a muzzle on safely. And the Scotty snarls and snaps at it, and the girl jumps back and like squeaks, and you know that the look on that Scotty's face, it's like, ooh, I got your number, girl. You scared of me. And you know, like, and so then he's snarling after that, and like, you know, like you can tell he's like, I got you on the ropes, girlie.
Yeah, because it's not like you can see that it's not like a really it was more like I'm showing you my teeth and then I snap. It's not like I'm going to bite the crap out of you. It's more like a
He's just
show.
like,
Yeah.
he looks like he's
So,
having fun.
He looks like he's having fun.
But
Instead
And-
of being scared, he looks like he's having
So
fun
like for me,
torturing
there
her.
was like a few things that had already gone wrong because like the way she was coming at him with the muzzle was wrong, and then flinching, he knew as soon that she was scared. So like her coming at him with the muzzle, you could tell she was scared, and so like to that extent, right? Like
Yeah.
if you are uncomfortable, don't complete the service because you or the dog could become injured. But like we all have a lot of experience, so I feel like we deal with a lot more dogs that are anxious, and I don't usually feel very uncomfortable with them.
Well, my first thought when listening to that was, oh, well, once you get them out of the kennel, they're usually just fine.
I
Generally.
do find
For kennel dogs.
I
yeah.
do find dogs that are kennel aggressive. Once you get them out, they're usually way better.
But that's like something you learn
Or once you
over
get them
time, right?
Yeah,
and
some dogs it's getting them up on the table, and
Also, it's something that you have to learn over time how to handle aggressive dogs. And if there's no one there to teach you how to properly do it, then you shouldn't be trying to learn on your own,
yeah.
right? So if it's just this other person that's not a groomer trying to tell you to do it,
And
I would be
that's-
like, no,
yeah.
I'm uncomfortable. No, you know, because unless there's another groomer there that
Mm-hmm.
has the knowledge and the expertise to do it properly and to teach you, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't do it.
Because I do feel like but we know, right? Like I know how to get a dog out of the kennel that is kennel aggressive for the most part, right? Like I would
Without
say
freaking them out too much,
Yeah.
too, because you could escalate everything.
you could escalate it, yes. And so I feel like 90% of the time I could get the dog out of the kennel and it's okay. But then we know, right? After that, I'm like, no kennel for that dog.
Yeah.
We're doing that dog straight through. And that's that. Or if I have dogs that try to bite you when you try to pick them up, but then once they're on the table or in the tub, they're fine. So usually in that instance, I'm taking it straight from the owner, picked up, putting it straight in the tub, straight to the table. And you know what I mean? Like, so it never touches the floor and has to get picked back up like that. And so then we're safe. Or the dog aggressive or the owner aggressive dog, we know those too. And then we have them put the dog down and we walk them back, or we wait for the owner to leave and then pick the dog up. So there's like all these tips and tricks that we learn along the way, right? Or dogs that are aggressive for grooming. I know Ashley has that dog Lucy, and she is just aggressive for everything. But Ashley's really sweet and soft-spoken, and often I know you will help her, and you can get through a lot more of it because you're a little bit more stern. You're not doing anything, but you're
I'm just more assertive.
You don't take any shit from her. You're like, you're getting your leg shaved.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, and she's not, she like fights a little bit, but she's not terrible. The owner knows she's pretty naughty. So
she's her third home, and he's done so much with her. Like
He's
got
doing
her,
his
she's
best.
trained so well, like obedience trained, and she's just a very touchy dog, you know. But she used to have full sedation grooming, and that was the only way she can get groomed. But
so now
we
she
got her-
doesn't have to.
No,
yeah.
she's getting better. She's just very vocal about it, and she does bite sometimes still. But so I have always kind of been one of the naughty dog groomers,
yeah.
like from PetSmart days.
yeah.
And I feel like just because I don't take their shit, but I do believe back on that there is a point where it's too dangerous and pushing some dogs.
Right.
Usually
For you and the dog.
for you and the dog, but I am more concerned about the dog's health than my health.
Right.
And if this dog is, he's holding his breath and like his tongue's turning purple, his eyes are bulging out of his head, he's like, he's not doing well, and it could do more damage, then I will send them home and it's rare. I mean, really
I
rare.
would say it's pretty rare. But I
Most
feel
of
like
the time I can, just my confidence level with a dog that's aggressive changes it. Because I can take
I
a dog
agree.
from one of
100%.
our younger groomers, and the dog's totally fine for me.
Yeah.
I
same
do
as-
think confidence level plays a huge factor.
Yeah.
When you're not scared of the dog, they're kind of like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
So that's why I say if you're not comfortable, don't do it, because you're more likely to get injured, or the dog is more likely to get injured because of your hesitation.
Yeah.
So you have to feel comfortable, because I do agree that is something like
And
somebody, and then one of our more baby groomers will be like, I can't do this dog's face. It's being, and then we'll just come up and like, pop, 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 done, but they're like, oh, you can tell this person is not gonna.
Yeah.
Well, we even had it with a client the other day. She was trying to get her Leonberger into the salon, and the dog would not go with her. And I just grabbed her leash and started walking, and she
was like,
resisted
okay.
for like 2 seconds. Right in
We're
the salon.
going. Yeah.
Yeah,
You know-
she's like, oh.
You know what I think happens though a lot is like people, especially with newer groomers, is like we have experience to handle more aggressive dogs or dogs that are being difficult. But I think a lot of times what happens is someone is like, oh, then I need a tool for this. And then
Yeah.
that's where the belly band comes in, right? Or, oh, the dog keeps turning around because the lead is not tight enough to where the dog can't turn around. Oh, now I need a groomer's helper. And like there's these escalations where I think those things have, like, again, they have a point, they have a purpose, but I think they could be overused and not used properly.
I feel like they just hinder
And I keep
me.
like this whole time I'm just thinking about that dog, the poodle that's stretched and like trying, because like
He just needed to
I
be
could just
trained.
see the escalation, right? Like, oh, it's wiggling. I'm going to put 2 groomer's helpers on it so it can't move its head at all. Oh, now it's sitting because it can't move its head, so it's probably freaking out. So now it's trying to sit.
Yeah.
So now they're like,
Trying to
oh,
back
now I'm
out.
going to put a belly rope on under it. And like, it's just this escalations, and it really is like, I think like
And I
these
feel like
products, I keep thinking about it. These products have a place and a time, but I can groom almost any dog with just a regular, properly fitting lead. And
no, not cinching, not nothing. Just
regular.
and just patience and telling them the dog what I want them to do.
What you're expecting
The dog
of
keeps
them.
sitting down. I just keep standing them up over.
And I don't get
and over.
frustrated,
Don't get
and I
frustrated,
don't-
and then eventually they'll get it. And then, unless they're old,
But it depends.
like-
I'm about to say if it's an older dog,
Well, that's why
let
we
them
say
sit,
it has-
let them
yeah.
rest,
That's why we
work on
say
a
it
different
has
area.
its place, right?
yeah.
Like,
So,
but
I don't know.
I would say
just,
most dogs you can just work with them, and even I've had dogs that, I mean, you put out that one video of that matted dog that didn't have any experience, and it's freaking out in the beginning, and by the end, it's pretty okay, right?
Well, Cat
And, like,
grooms it now, and it's like a normal dog now.
it's still
comes-
a little weird.
She's
but
a little weird for her feet still, but I can groom her for the most part. And the dog likes me. She comes into the salon and wants to be like close to me. She'll like come up to me and like sit on my lap, and we just have a moment. And I just like look in her eyes. I love Snow.
But like, she doesn't have to be muzzled, but you know the things that she's weird about. She's
think
weird
it's-
about her front legs
I
or
think-
her nails. And so we have these tips and tactics to work on those things without having to like muzzle or extra restrain them or
I think I keep going back to this word, like escalating. Like,
Well,
we
I
know
feel
how to
like-
do it without escalating the.
and staying calm and like
Well, I feel like with every attachment you're attaching to this dog, you're getting more frustrated.
Yeah.
yes.
Because you're like, oh, you won't stand still. I'll attach you here. Oh,
That's
you're
not
turning this way.
working.
That's not working. I'm attaching you here. Oh, you're sitting down. It's not working. Attach you here. And you're getting more and
Yeah,
more
and you're
upset
like
with the dog.
escalating it,
Yeah.
and they're restraining it more, and the dogs freak out from that.
Over
And
restraint.
like, I'll try to explain how I keep my lead, which I think is the proper way, where I keep their head up, so it doesn't have where their head is up
No
in a
slack.
standing motion, but
yeah,
it has
not
it
looking
has
up, but
enough.
looking straight.
It doesn't have enough room to turn around, but it has enough room to put its head down a little
Just
bit.
a little, yeah.
But the lead, I don't keep slack. I keep it taut with it standing.
Think
And
of it
with
like a
with just
showdown.
enough room for it to move its head up and down and left to the right a little bit, and then I just sit him up over and
And it's
over.
not super tight.
you know,
it's tight, but it's not tight enough to choke them,
So
but
just
not so loose
standing
that they can't slip out of
where
it.
the dog is standing in a natural position
Mm-hmm.
with its head up. That's where I find the sweet spot.
Something I do have to say too, there is some dogs that don't even like that. And I found with a few dogs, like with slack in the lead, they are better behaved because I feel like they're being like pushed over, like Walter, right?
Mm-hmm.
He feels like he's being pushed over. I have another dog who's just like, every time the lead gets taut, she like A-frames and pushes back and everything.
Yeah.
But if I loosen the lead, then she's like, oh, I can
can
stand.
Few and
Yeah.
far between,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, but I'm saying there are,
But there are
reading the dog
instances,
is
yeah.
important, right?
Yeah.
Because if you're just getting frustrated and like yanking her up, and then all of a sudden they're off their toes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Well, when I say like tight, I don't mean like when you're
Too
showing a
tight,
dog
yeah.
and you pull the dog up to be like it's
Long-necked.
stacking and you have their neck up over there and their head up. Not like that, how they're naturally standing. So the dog is comfortable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I mean, I just think it's being smart with the skill set you have right then and there. And, you know, like I do think we have like a higher skill set. I do think we can read dog body language really well. And for me, there's like layers, right? Because like to me, an aggressive dog is actually one of the easier of biters to deal with because you know what they're aggressive for. You can read their cues really easily. But like a scared dog is a little bit scarier for me because they're freaked out and you don't know at what point they're going to snap and be like, I've had it, and then bite at you. Or
Those are the dogs that
they usually
those are
bite the hardest.
Those are the only ones that like freak me out still. And I'll
Or-
still work on them.
yeah, we'll still work
But
on
I
it,
did
but
that
it's
video.
more unpredictable.
Remember I did that video with like you trying to put the lead on me?
Yeah.
And I'm like rolling onto my back, like staring at your hand. That is one of the, like, that's a situation
Well,
that
a lot
still
of times
happens
that's, like,
every once in a while.
the
I'm like
biter.
nervous. Like the dog's like looking at, wide eyed and it's like rolling over, peeing a little. You're like, oh my God, this dog is about to freak.
Or pain. Pain, I think, is the worst, the scariest.
And that's the hardest bite.
And the hardest bite because that's unpredictable too when they're going to decide the pain is too much and freak out and lash out at you. Because I even told my children, like with our 13-year-old standard poodle, she has arthritis and different things like that. And I tell them, like, you have to be careful because, like, if you're trying to help her off the couch and maybe like her medicine is wearing off or something, she could bite you if she's in pain. And it's not because she's a bad dog or aggressive or anything like that, but when dogs are in pain, they're just so unpredictable and you never know what is going to be enough. And when they're in pain, it's like blind, right? Blind, just like
Lash out.
And, so I had to tell them, like, you have to be really careful because if she bites you, it's not,
Well, this episode is pretty depressing. And
I'm sorry, this
upsetting.
episode was depressing, guys.
Yeah. Do we have
But I
anything
hope-
funny? Do we have anything funny? Do
I
you have a
hope this-
funny Reddit or anything?
I hope
me
this
see.
helps
It'll uplift us a little bit.
somebody, I really hope that this helps somebody, though.
Yeah, I think we talked a lot about it, and I think the long story short is don't push yourself past how comfortable you are.
Yeah.
Or
And-
the dog zone.
Or the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you find yourself beating up a dog, then don't be a dog groomer.
Yeah.
Also
please.
that, like maybe you should find a different career, like I don't know, jumping off bridges or something. I don't know.
If you feel the need to beat the dog, maybe
your
step
job.
away. Maybe
Yeah.
find a different job, not with children. They're worse than dogs in some instances. Maybe just something alone. Or
Okay.
punch a pillow or something.
This is not grooming related, but it's a would you rather.
Okay.
It's
yeah.
Reddit. I saved it because I thought it was like, what the fuck? Okay. Would you rather eat a man-sized bean or a
Oh.
bean-sized man? You have 24 hours to eat it.
24 hours?
Yeah.
Or what? You die?
Oh, well, to make a choice,
Wait,
I guess.
a man
So wait, a
size?
man the size of a bean?
A man-sized bean, so a bean that's 6 feet tall.
I don't think I
Or
could eat
a
that in
man
one day.
that's a bean size. Just
I need to know what the consequences are.
But also is the man like talking to you saying, "Don't eat me"?
I don't know.
If the consequences are death, so let's say like if you don't complete it, then you die.
And is it someone you love?
No, it's just a man-sized bean.
It's just a man-sized bean.
It's just a bean-sized man. We don't know him. He's irrelevant.
So you're killing somebody.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess.
You
I mean,
are.
You're killing a
Murder
man.
or eating a
He
bean?
can't. He came out of the cabinet
Yeah, but
What is
yeah.
the cabinet movie? The one.
Indian in the cupboard?
Yeah, he came out of the cupboard. It's a little cowboy man or whatever, the size of a bean. So you kill him, or you have to eat a. I don't think it's possible to eat a bean the size of a man.
Well, it depends on what size man.
That's what I'm wondering.
Could it be like
even my size? That's
a little
still
person?
100 pounds.
Okay, fine. Let's say a little person. That's the
A little
3.5
person-sized
foot
beans?
bean.
what about
Yeah, but
the
you still
guy who was on
okay,
Austin
but
Powers? He's tiny. He's only 2
still
feet
gonna
tall.
be like 100 pounds.
Yeah.
And
Even
it's a lot
like-
of bean. Oh,
even
even if
he's-
it's 50 pounds of beans.
That's what I'm saying. Like Isolde is over. Both of my children are over 70 pounds.
Yeah, at least 60.
But does bean weigh as much as like skin and bones though?
I don't think
You
so.
know?
No, but I still think it would be.
No, I don't think you're going by weight. You're going by mass. Not mass. I mean,
Mass.
like how much space something takes up. That's
Yeah,
not
but
mass.
like
That's not,
even a little person
Volume.
Volume, yeah.
size, I don't think I could fit that into my body in 24 hours.
So you just kill somebody?
You just kill somebody.
I'm going with murder. Sorry. It's me or the.
Okay,
it's me or the
Question.
or
That's
the-
true.
If it's mini-me size amount, then I will try. If I have 24 hours, I'll
I'm gonna
start
try my best.
munch as much as I can in the beginning, and then
I could shove a lot of food.
yeah,
I
and then
feel
throughout
like,
the whole day.
I don't know. I feel like you guys are underestimating. But also,
I don't want to have to kill the cupboard person.
Yeah, but is it even another species? Like, is it another species or like is
What
it
if
really
it's just
a
like
human?
someone who got shrunk down? He's like in that movie with,
Honey, I
What's
Shrunk
it?
Your Kids. Sorry.
or the other one. There's one lately where they're like, oh, you can live this luxurious life if we shrink you.
With Matt Damon.
Yeah. What, do you remember what that was called? But that would make me think of that size person.
Yeah, and Kristen Wiig is in it too.
Yeah.
I'm eating the person.
So,
Sorry.
question:
What if it's
would
their
you
fantasy?
chew the person, or would you
I'd
just swallow
probably
them
try and
whole?
swallow it because I don't think I could chew them. That would
What
I
if
know,
it
but
was
like,
their-
the
what
ones
if-
are like,
climb out of my throat.
But also it could
I'll
be
whack
their.
them first so they're knocked out.
It could be
okay?
their. What if you find someone that's a tiny person that's their thing they're into?
What, being eaten?
Yeah, no, being swallowed or something, being inside
Ew.
of.
and then you what? Regurgitate them?
No,
No, because
No?
I'm not. I don't throw up. I don't do that. So
I guess
mean,
if you
but
put
who's
the
dead is
I
dead.
guess if you put the bean-sized person into like a little napkin and then you just like whip them onto the ground real
Like
quick.
a mouse.
Yeah,
and
Before
then
you
just
feed 'em to a
swallow
snake?
it.
I would try to eat the beans. I don't want to kill nobody. I would
Okay,
try
well,
to eat
good for you.
the human-sized bean.
I can eat a lot.
Okay, but
So,
we're,
I'm gonna try
it's
to
not a little person. It said it like,
But like one, like that, I don't
That's
think
a
I could eat a
6'3"
one.
bean.
I don't even think I can eat a Nathan.
Eat a man-sized bean
a man-sized
or a
bean. It
bean-sized
doesn't
man.
say a little person-sized man. It says a man.
There's so many men, little ones,
Even one
skinny
that's-
ones.
Even a 5-foot person. How the fuck are you supposed to eat
I don't
that?
think I can even eat Jeanette.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys, it's impossible.
Maybe Madison. She's skinny. Was it a skinny bean?
I don't even
Okay,
think
but
you
if
could
you
eat a
think,
Madison.
Kat, though, if you think about the person in Super Burrito, right? Like if you build, because you could get a thick Super Burritos and like place them onto the ground into the shape of a person, right?
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna eat that many. Like there's no way.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's why I said if I have to do it in 24 hours or I die, I'm sorry. I'm eating the bean-sized man.
So you just kill a random person for save your own life.
I would do it too.
You have to pick one or the other. That's the option. So you're telling me if you're in Saw and they're like, you gotta like dig this thing out of this person's stomach or you die a gruesome death, you're just gonna let yourself die?
What are the
Probably.
comments? One of the comments. So like 150 or so pounds of bean. I would be incapable of doing that in 24 hours.
That's what I'm
But
saying,
I'd also rather not be a cannibal.
The cannibal part doesn't bother me. I mean, I don't want to be a cannibal, but I'm just saying,
Whoa,
like,
watch out, Nathan.
but I'm just
Eat
saying,
you.
like, in the grand scheme of things, a bean-sized man, like,
This person has it figured out. In 23 hours, I could probably figure out how to safely transport Bean Man from my mouth to my poop hole. Tiny little Bean Man spacesuit.
Yeah, there you go. You encapsulate them
And with the
because you
little-
can swallow it. Like maybe if you get like wrap them in, but he has to have air to last long enough to pass through your shit.
Okay, but what if you get like a large like pill capsule and it has like a little air?
Capsules are designed to dissolve though, so it has to be something else.
Well, no, they have those ones where they put a camera on your body
Yeah.
and then that comes out whole.
Okay, what if you put the little man into the magic school bus?
There you go.
And then
Yay, we figured it out.
These are the magic
Miss
ones.
Frizzle, we need your assistance. Well,
So are all of you guys dying then?
No.
I'm eating a man.
Okay, so you're a
I'm
team
eating a man.
eating the bean-sized man.
I guess I'm gonna spend 23 hours trying to find a way to keep man alive in me, and then I guess I'll eat him if we're down to the last hour.
Nathan, are you the only one that's gonna die trying to eat the man-sized bean?
It depends how much you.
Yeah,
please
because
with me.
like I think it would be wrong to kill the man, and I think my soul would be damned if I fucking killed somebody to save myself.
So if you were in the Donner Party, would you eat the...
But they were eating.
They're
the
already dead.
I'm just asking.
I
Hey,
mean,
they didn't say he was alive.
Oh, if he's dead for sure, I'm eating.
yeah,
Him.
he's dead for sure. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying they
But
didn't
also-
say he was alive.
Okay, but also talking about the Donner Party thing, I think people say like, "No, I won't do it." I'm like, "But don't eat for 30 days and then say don't do it."
Yeah.
I would probably. I would eat a dead person.
It fucking changes your brain,
I know, that's what I'm saying.
right?
Though.
So like,
a
all
lot of
bets
people
are
will
off
say
how
like,
hungry
"Oh, I'm
you are.
not going to do this thing," but like when push comes to shove, if you're about to die,
Yeah.
you'll
Eating a
do a lot
bean-sized
of
man.
things that you thought you probably would
That's
never
what
do.
I'm saying. I'm gonna spend 23 hours trying to keep this little man alive, like that guy.
But I'm like, gun to your head, you die instantly type of thing. Then like,
But what if you get turned into a little man and they eat you? What is
oh,
that?
if you have to choose between the two of you, or they eat you or you eat them, oh damn, that's different because then it's self-defense. You're defending yourself from being eaten by
Self-defense.
eating. So
Oh my
like,
God.
But what if it's like a cycle? Like, oh, this little man, you either eat him or at the end of the 24 hours, if you can't eat the bean, then you get turned into a little
You
person.
become the little man.
You become the little man. So this guy
Now
couldn't
somebody else might eat
He
you.
couldn't complete the challenge, so he became a little man to get eaten.
Yeah. It's a vicious
I have
cycle.
less faith in somebody else's conscious than my own.
yours. Yeah, but so then exactly. So then that's what's going to keep happening though.
Yeah, but you can't base your answers on other people's conscious, right? Like, that's like giving money to a homeless person. Like you give them a money to a homeless person because you want to help them, and you can't think about whether or not they're going to use it for food or drugs or whatever.
That's why I
because
don't
like
give
it
them
doesn't
money, I give them
cancel
things.
it doesn't cancel out the fact that you're trying your best to help them, even though they don't go buy it with drugs or whatever, right? So like,
Fair.
it's still a good thing.
But still, I mean, in my head, you and the kids need me, man.
Yeah.
Like,
He
If
needs
it
you
was
more
the
than
kids,
I think.
if it was something like that, then I would eat the man in a heartbeat. I'd smash the man up.
if it was eat the bean-sized man or your
Or something
kids
happens
die,
to a family member or something, then I'd be like, sorry, dude, you're gone.
Yeah.
But if it was me or the little bean man, then I don't know. You know what I mean?
so interesting.
Was that a happier end to the episode?
I guess. I want to hear what the fucking
bean man or man-sized
the
bean.
people think on the group. Yeah, I have to hear. I'm really interested. That was a better ending. Yeah.
All
A
right.
little less depressing, I guess.
depressing.
Except for the little bean man.
Hey,
Sorry, little bean man.
I wonder how many calories he is.
Okay, well, thank you. That was our episode. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.